when you have the ability to look into yourself, when you have ability to understand yourself, so once you have that ability, it gives the strength and the courage yourself to be as who you are and to accept whatever happen around you. During Buddha's time, there was a rich family. The family name called Radha. So this family had only one child. It's kind of like a millionaire. The whole city know this child, this family. It's like Bill Gates. It's like a very famous family. Everybody know Radha family. But the thing was, this child didn't learn that much. Because he had money, he had a very comfortable life, he was enjoying. So then these parents got old, and one day the parents had a conversation. In the evening, they came together and start to have a conversation and told, you know, we are very old now. We have so much money. We have so much wealth. One day, very soon, we are going to die. But after we die, this child don't know how to take care of this because he doesn't have any financial literacy. He don't know the value of this money. He's going to destroy this all. What we should do? And then the mother told, of course, for sure, he going to become a beggar. So the mother has the wisdom to see your future. That's the nature of the mother. You cannot hide anything to your mother. She can smell you. She can know who you are. So that's why it's always in our tradition, in our culture, we always listen to the mother. Remember that. If anybody go against the mother, it's not going to become successful. When it comes to the Buddha's teaching, how he became the Buddha? In the Matu Posaka Jataka, 7 days, he hold the mother and swim and came out of the ocean, and the mother told, my dear son, one day you may attain to the Buddhahood. He start to believe the mother's word. And he always mentioned, as a Buddha he mentioned, if you take care of your mother and father, it's look like you take care of the Buddha. So the mother knows always about these children. So as children, then always remember, listen to your mother, never go against your mother. You're going to be protected and you can be successful. So somehow, one day, they call these young boys Radha, and they lock all the doors and windows and tell him, remember, pretty soon we're going to die. You're going to have this all the wealth and you're going to destroy it. So it is better for you, learn to become a beggar. He just told, okay, I will do it. See, the millionaire's son now try to become a beggar. But the mother told him to learn it and he accepted. And somehow, then this mother and father, this Radha family, start to teach him how to become a beggar. So the beggar is not easy thing. Asking something is not easy, very difficult. You know, as a monk, we know when our this ceremony time, sometimes I have to call people. You know, when we do activities, I have to call people and ask something. It's a very difficult thing to ask something from people, not easy. Another thing is, that in our life, in this conventional life, we have no idea what will happen to us tomorrow. Even though we have this everything, we can lose this all. And we can go to the street maybe tomorrow. Who knows what will happen? So, it is better than yourself also in the samsaric journey. Remember this quality is how to become a beggar. Because sometimes we don't think. With this our egocentric mind, you cannot go and ask something by post. People don't give anything. You have to bend all your joints. You have to give up your egocentric mind. And you have to get out of the self-centered mind when you ask something. So, it is very important for all of you to learn these 4 qualities that what I am going to tell you now. So this is come from the Radha family. And so what they did, they taught this child 4 qualities how to become a good beggar. So the first quality, remember always that whatever you receive, learn to appreciate. Don't complain. Whatever you receive, don't complain. Learn to appreciate. Whatever, even the situation, whatever the environment, even whatever sometimes the blame, sometimes the problem, sometimes the difficulties. Because life is not 100% positive. There are up and downs in life. So when the situations come, can you appreciate rather than resisting? So then whatever come to you, learn to appreciate. Whatever you receive, learn to appreciate. That's the first principle. The second principle, remember to appreciate the giver. Saying thank you maybe, smiling, always, don't complain. Don't look bad. Don't say wrong things about the giver. Don't argue with the giver. So whatever other person give, always appreciate that person. So, remember in day-to-day life, around you sometimes, within your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, sometimes you receive things from them. And sometimes rather than appreciating the other person, most of the time we complain. We complain and always we have certain kind of words to throw back. So remember, if you become a beggar, you can't do like that. Whoever, it doesn't matter, whoever give anything, you have to appreciate. Otherwise, next day you're not going to get anything from that person. So, and the third quality that you have to remember, have the contentment within yourself, knowingly that whatever you have not belong to you. So as a beggar, you cannot have any ownership. You don't have anything. You cannot keep anything with you. So this anything that around you, look at your own life. We are in a journey. How many things you had in your life? You think this is the best for me. 10 years back, just imagine how many material things used to be around you. How many people used to be around you while you are go to the school, high school, university, and you thought, oh, this is my best friend. We're going to live together for a long time. We're going to have a good time in the future and making plans. We're going to work at the same place, so kind of like that. Today where they are, you have no idea. So like that. Whatever you have the contentment, but remember, there is nothing belong to you. Whatever you have, you can lose anything at any time. We are kind of like in the samsara, we are kind of like a beggars. We are just moving forward. We cannot have anything to take with us. And the fourth one is, this is very important. Don't ask unnecessary questions. So when somebody gives something, from where you get this, how you cook, just imagine you give a lunch packet to a beggar. If the beggar start to ask, what is inside, from where you got these vegetables or rice or whatever the things, and how much you spend for that, how you cook it, what are the ingredients you put it with, like that. If the beggar start to ask questions, you're not going to give anything to that beggar. So remember, when you have a conversation with your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, try to have a very clear conversation. Don't think that other person can read your mind. This is a major mistake we do. We think that other person know what I think. No one knows what you think. So it is better yourself have a good communication. And at the same time, don't ask unnecessary questions. Of course, when there is a conversation, if you have to ask a question, you ask it. But don't ask unnecessary questions. It makes other person tired. And then by the time that person slowly stay away from you, the person don't like you anymore. So the people, they're not going to appreciate you. People stay away from you. They're not going to answer your phone call, and then maybe they're not going to talk to you. And when you call and they look at your number, they keep the phone and it go to voicemail. Why? Because if you answer, they keep asking unnecessary questions. It makes them tired. So the life itself tired for everybody. Everybody work hard, No one life is easy. Everybody having a hard time. So then don't add any extra hardness to their life. So you are the person can make their life little bit comfortable. So these 4 qualities, whatever you receive, learn to appreciate. Contentment. And appreciate the giver. Pay your gratitude. And then don't have any kind of ownership around you. Know that everything is not belong to you and going away. Contemplate on impermanent. And having the simplicity. And 4th one, don't ask unnecessary questions. Mind your own business. These 4 qualities. So the Radha learned these qualities, and the parents died. By the time what happened, as the mother thought, he destroyed all the wealth and became a beggar. And then in front of his own house, he started to beg. And the people, everybody around the city, go around and they know this Radha. Oh, look at this millionaire's son. He is now beggar. But everybody liked Radha. You know why? Because he had that 4 qualities. Everybody come and try to give something. Everybody like to talk to the Radha. So then, one day what happened, Venerable Sariputta, the Buddha's one of the great disciples, went Pindapata. And that day Radha was in front of a house waiting for food. He was begging. And it was almost 12 o'clock. And he saw this monk keep coming towards this house. And the Radha thought, oh, it is almost 12. After 12, this monk cannot find food. So it is better, this person preparing some food, it is better this monk to get that food, and he moved away and allowed that monk to come forward. And that person gave the food to the monk, and the Venerable Sariputta left the place. And then the Radha went to another place to find the food, because he is a lay person, he can go anywhere and he can eat whatever at any time. But the monks cannot do it. So somehow what happens? Venerable Sariputta went to the temple and they was having the lunch, and after that they had some leftover. In temples normally whatever after eating the leftover they put in one place. So the Radha came that time, and Radha came and started to eat that leftover. And then monks saw this Radha, and they also used to talk about, oh, look at this millionaire's son. But even though he was a millionaire, he is so happy with whatever the leftover he taking. He don't make any complaint. He don't have any greediness to hold anything. He always looked like a very simple. So the monk keep talking. During that time the Buddha came. And the Buddha asked, what you were talking? Oh, then they told, oh, Venerable, we were talking about the Radha. And the Buddha asked, is there anybody got any help from this Radha? And the Venerable Sariputta came forward and told, oh, Venerable Sir, today when I go Pindapata, it was almost 12 o'clock. Radha was waiting for some food, but he allowed me to take that food and he moved away. And then Buddha mentioned, you go and find the Radha, and if he like, make him a monk. And Venerable Sariputta went to the Radha and asked Radha, would you like to become a monk? And the Radha told, oh Venerable, we are beggars. How we can become monks? And Venerable Sariputta mentioned, Radha, don't worry about this Buddha's community of Sangha for everybody. There is no beggar or millionaire or rich person or poor person. We all are same. If you like, you can become a monk. And that day Radha became a monk. And in the evening he was so happy. And he's a new monk. Now he had the opportunity to see the Buddha. So Venerable Sariputta prepared his all the robes and everything, and he became a monk and told Radha, this is the time you go and see the Buddha. Buddha was inside the temple, and Radha went and bowed to the Buddha. And Buddha was so happy to see the Radha. And then Venerable Radha asked, oh Venerable, may I ask a question? Buddha said, of course, yes. Because when somebody see the Buddha, meet the Buddha, every day you're not going to meet. So he asked the question. So then he asked, Venerable Sir, what is this life? Because most of time we ask the same question every day. When the life become hard, when we become sad, worried, disappointed, we all ask this question, what is this life? Why it happened to me like this way? So then the Buddha mentioned, Venerable Radha, life is nothing but what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel, and what you think is life. There is nothing else. So we are trying to add many other ingredients to that and try to think there is something else beyond this. But see what the Buddha mentioned in this Radha Sutta. So the life is that. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel, what you think. So then remember, if your life is hard, difficult, sad, worried, disappointed, fearful, don't look here and there. You have to change what you see, what you smell, what you feel, what you hear, what you eat, and what you think. Then your life going to change. So rather be attained to the enlightenment listening to that. See that the mother's advice took by this young boy, and himself he practiced and attained to the liberation or the enlightenment. So then yourself the same. Always remember yourself. Take care of yourself. There is no one to take care of your life. You are responsible for yourself. So then whatever the qualities you develop yourself, you will get the result. So we are the very latest product of this human civilization. We are living in this 2024. You are experiencing most highest advanced technology and the machines and the information and everything more than any other time today available for you. So then why you can't be the most successful person in the society? Because what you see, what you hear, and what you smell, what you eat, what you think, and the people you associate are not the right people or not the right things. That's why. So then, have the ability to change yourself. Learn to say no to things, not to others. Learn to say no to yourself. When the mind say, let's do this. When your mouth say, let's eat this. When your eye want to see, this, oh, let's watch this. When your ear say, okay, let's hear this. When your body say, let's do this. Learn to ability to say no to it. Not to the world. You can say yes to the world, but remember, if you have ability to say no to yourself, your life going to become more successful. The very reason is this life coming so far in this world with greed, hatred and the delusion ourselves, we have accumulated lot of unnecessary things within us. So we live with that mental formations, cankers. So that's why what the Buddha mentioned, have the ability to purify your own mind. Don't struggle with the world. Don't try to change the world. Don't try to change the people. Don't try to change the situation. Don't try to change the weather. Learn to purify your own mind. Once you have the ability to yourself, you are capable to find your sustainable happiness and satisfaction. You are not depending anymore within anybody or anything. So that is what the Buddha is teaching. So then remember, 4 qualities that Radha practice. One is, whatever you receive, contentment, have the ability to appreciate it. And then the second one, learn to appreciate the giver. Pay your gratitude to anybody, whoever gives something. And the third one, simplicity. Remember, don't have any stinginess. Don't have any greediness to hold things around you. And the fourth one, mind your own business. So, if you don't have these 4 qualities, remember, you are worse than a beggar. Your life, no idea where it's going to end. Even you become a beggar, you cannot find anything. So it is your own responsibility. So I pass the message to yourself and you heard it. And I know there is no question regarding it because I very simply explained it. So now you heard it. I know you understood it. And now it is your responsibility to take care yourself in this very life, in this samsaric journey.